Secrets of the Eclipsed Kingdom. Chapter 1. The Mysterious Invitation. Aria Holloway's fingers traced the intricate patterns on the brittle pages of an ancient tome. Her eyes, a shade of deep hazel, sparkled with excitement as she delved into the secrets of forgotten civilizations. The air in her study was heavy with the scent of old leather and parchment, a fragrance that comforted her like an old friend. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the room. Aria reluctantly closed the tome, her mind abuzz with the mysteries it held. She stretched and yawned, realizing that she had been lost in her research for hours. Just as she was about to retire for the evening, a knock echoed from her front door. Curious, she padded over to the door and swung it open. There, lying on the doormat, was a pristine envelope made of vellum, adorned with ornate calligraphy that seemed to dance in the fading light. Her name was elegantly inscribed on it, Miss Aria Holloway. Aria's heart raced as she picked up the envelope, her fingers trembling slightly. She turned it over to find a crimson wax seal bearing the crest of a mysterious kingdom. The Eclipsed Kingdom, known only through obscure legends and whispered tales. Aria's fascination with history had acquainted her with the most obscure corners of the world, but the Eclipsed Kingdom had always remained shrouded in enigma. Breaking the seal with a sense of wonder, she unfolded the letter inside. Dear Miss Aria Holloway, we are pleased to extend to you an invitation to the International Archaeological Symposium, to be held within the confines of the Eclipsed Kingdom. Your exemplary work in the field of history has caught our attention, and we believe your insights would be invaluable in our pursuit of knowledge. A highlight of this symposium is the unveiling of a long-lost artifact, believed to possess the power to rewrite history as we know it. Your unique perspective could shed light on its true significance. We await your arrival in the Eclipsed Kingdom. Sincerely, Lord Cedric Evernight. Aria's heart raced with a mixture of excitement and disbelief. She had never been invited to a symposium of such prestige, let alone one held in a kingdom known for its secrecy. But it was the mention of the hidden artifact that ignited a fire within her. The chance to unearth a relic that could reshape the annals of history was a temptation she couldn't resist. Days turned into weeks as Aria prepared for her journey. She packed her most trusted research materials, ensuring that she was armed with the knowledge required to decipher any historical enigma. Her colleagues and friends expressed both awe and envy at her invitation, their supportive words fueling her determination. At last, the day of her departure arrived. Aria stood before her mirror, dressed in a tailored traveling suit that exuded both professionalism and curiosity. Her hazel eyes held a spark of determination, and her raven hair was pulled back in a practical bun. She secured the envelope with Lord Cedric's letter in her travel bag and set off for the airport. The flight to the Eclipsed Kingdom was long, marked by anticipation and the hum of the plane's engines. Arya spent her time revisiting her notes, her mind racing with questions about the artifact and the history that awaited her. As the plane touched down, she peered out of the window, her breath catching at the sight of the kingdom. The Eclipsed Kingdom seemed to emerge from the mists of a dream. Towering mountains surrounded the valley, and a dense forest blanketed the landscape. Wisps of fog clung to the trees, giving the kingdom an air of mystique. The symposium venue, a grand hall of stone and stained glass, stood at the heart of it all. As Arya entered the hall, she was met with a hubbub of voices in various languages, the excitement of countless historians filling the air. She registered her attendance and was handed a badge bearing her name and affiliation. She glanced around, recognizing faces from academic journals and conferences. Then, her gaze fell upon a man who seemed to command the attention of the room. His salt and pepper hair was combed back neatly, and his charcoal suit exuded an air of authority. Dr. Felix Thornfield, a renowned archaeologist and charismatic speaker, stood at the center of a circle of admirers. Arya's thoughts briefly strayed from the artifact to the man who had captured the academic world's imagination. But a firm resolve reminded her of her purpose, to uncover the truth about the artifact's potential to rewrite history. As the symposium began, lectures and discussions painted a tapestry of history's mysteries. Scholars shared their insights on ancient cultures, lost languages, and civilizations buried beneath layers of time. Each presentation ignited Arya's curiosity, but it was the unveiling of the artifact that she awaited with bated breath. The grand moment arrived during a gala dinner held in the hall's opulent ballroom. Guests in elegant attire mingled beneath crystal chandeliers, their conversations animated with the prospect of the artifact's revelation. Arya found herself drawn into a conversation with a fellow historian named Dr. Eliza Bennett, whose work on deciphering ancient scripts had gained recognition. As they exchanged stories and theories, a hush fell over the room. Lord Cedric Evernight, clad in regal attire, took the stage with the grace of a monarch. The artifact rested on a velvet cushion before him, illuminated by a beam of light that seemed to cast a spell of its own. Lord Cedric's voice resonated through the hall as he recounted the kingdom's history and the artifact's significance. He spoke of an ancient prophecy that foretold the artifact's rediscovery, and the potential it held to reshape not only history but the very fabric of reality. Arya listened intently, her eyes fixed on the artifact. It was a pendant, crafted from a mesmerizing blue gem encased in an intricate silver setting. The gem seemed to shimmer with an otherworldly glow, as if it held a fragment of the cosmos itself. As the applause erupted around her, Arya found herself captivated by the artifact's beauty and the promise it held. Yet, beneath the excitement, a seed of doubt sprouted within her. The artifact's power to rewrite history was an enticing notion, but it also raised ethical questions. Could humanity wield such power responsibly? The night wore on, filled with music, laughter, and scholarly discussions. Arya's conversations with her fellow historians delved into the artifact's potential consequences, sparking debates that echoed through the hallways. But as the symposium's second day dawned, Arya's thoughts were consumed by a nagging suspicion. She couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to the artifact than met the eye. Her mind returned to Dr. Felix Thornfield, whose charisma seemed to eclipse any doubts about his intentions. Determined to uncover the truth, Arya decided to seek out more information about the artifact's origins. She approached the royal archives, housed within a tower that loomed on the outskirts of the kingdom. Climbing the tower's spiral staircase, she found herself surrounded by ancient tomes and scrolls, each holding a piece of history's puzzle. Arya's fingers traced the spines of books written in languages long forgotten, her eyes scanning titles that hinted at secrets waiting to be unveiled. She selected a weathered tome that spoke of the Eclipsed Kingdom's founding and the artifact's connection to a long-lost civilization. Hours turned into days as Arya immersed herself in the archive's wealth of knowledge. She pieced together fragments of history, realizing that the artifact's potential was as much a blessing as it was a curse. The artifact's power was tied to the convergence of celestial events, a rare occurrence that had the potential to reshape time itself. As the symposium entered its final day, Arya's determination to uncover the truth burned brighter than ever. She had come to realize that the artifact's power could be harnessed for both creation and destruction, and that the balance lay in the hands of those who sought it. With her mind ablaze with revelations, she decided to confront Dr. Felix Thornfield, the charismatic figure at the heart of the symposium. She found him in the symposium hall, his magnetic presence drawing a crowd of admirers as he delivered a captivating lecture. Arya waited patiently, her heart racing as she watched him command the stage. As his lecture came to an end, he fielded questions from the audience, his responses marked by a confidence that seemed unshakable. Finally, the crowd began to disperse, leaving Arya alone with Dr. Felix. She approached him, her voice steady despite the storm of thoughts raging within her. "Dr. Thornfield," she began, her hazel eyes locking onto his piercing gaze, "there's more to the artifact than meets the eye, isn't there?" A flicker of surprise passed through Dr. Felix's eyes, quickly replaced by a knowing smile. "Miss Halloway," he said, his voice smooth and melodious, "I had a feeling your curiosity would lead you down this path." Aria's heart pounded, the weight of the artifact's potential bearing down on her. "Tell me the truth," she demanded, her voice unwavering. "What are your intentions with the artifact? And what is the cost of its power?" Dr. Felix chuckled, his demeanor unwavering. "The artifact's power is beyond imagination, Miss Halloway. It grants the ability to alter events, to rewrite history as one sees fit." Aria's breath caught in her throat, the gravity of his words sinking in. "But at what cost?" she pressed. "Every manipulation of time carries consequences. How can you be so sure that the changes won't lead to catastrophe?" Dr. Felix's smile widened, a glint of amusement in his eyes. "Ah, you see, Miss Halloway, the artifact's power is tethered to a cosmic balance. For every alteration, there must be a corresponding sacrifice, a balancing of the scales. It is a delicate dance, one that I intend to master." Aria's mind raced, the implications of his words echoing in her thoughts. The artifact's power was both a gift and a burden, a force that demanded a price for every change made. She wondered if Dr. Felix understood the magnitude of his actions, if he comprehended the consequences that could ripple through time. "I won't let you misuse the artifact's power," Aria declared, her voice unwavering. "History is a tapestry woven by countless lives and events. To tamper with it is to risk unraveling the very fabric of reality." Dr. Felix's gaze held a mixture of admiration and challenge. "And what do you intend to do, Miss Halloway? Stand in my way?" "The allure of rewriting history is irresistible, and I am prepared to pay whatever price is demanded." Aria's resolve burned brighter, fueled by the knowledge she had unearthed and the weight of responsibility that rested upon her shoulders. "I will protect the artifact from those who seek to misuse it," she vowed. "I will ensure that the sacrifices made are not in vain, that the choices made are for the betterment of all." Dr. Felix's eyes bore into hers, a tension hanging in the air between them. "Very well, Miss Halloway. A battle of ideologies, it seems. But remember, the artifact's power is both alluring and perilous. One must possess great conviction to wield it." As the symposium drew to a close, Aria's thoughts were consumed by the artifact's potential and the choices that lay ahead. She knew that the journey she had embarked upon was not just about unearthing history, but about safeguarding the very essence of time itself. As the guests bid farewell to the Eclipsed Kingdom, Aria stood before the artifact, the pendant's blue gem glowing with an otherworldly light. She knew that her path was intertwined with the artifact's destiny, that the choices she made would shape the course of history. With the weight of responsibility heavy on her shoulders, she fastened the pendant around her neck. The gem's glow seemed to resonate with her heartbeat, a reminder of the cosmic balance that demanded sacrifice for every alteration. As she left the kingdom behind, her mind was alight with possibilities, her determination unwavering as she embarked on a journey that would test the limits of her conviction. The secrets of the Eclipsed Kingdom were hers to uncover, and Aria Holloway was prepared to face whatever challenges lay ahead in her quest to protect the past, present, and future.